My name is Elliot. I'm going to pull a business lesson out of this box at random on a card, and I'm going to share it with you. And today's lesson says the farmer's yellow card. This is a lesson I learnt very early on in my career as a business consultant. Actually, in the first month that I did it in the 1990s, is I joined a department of general business advisors, and you would go and work with different specialists. There was a finance specialist, there was an intellectual property specialist, and there was the agricultural and farming specialists. So off I go out with them and spend a few days with them. They go and see farmers and advise them on business and all these kind of things. One day I'm having coffee with them and they get this card just out of their wallet at random, really. And it was yellow. And I said, because the idea I was meant to be learning was, what is that? I said, this is the farmer's yellow card. I can't say I've ever seen one since. They made them. They're their own cards that were given out. And what the card said was, when you need to, on one side, you turned it over, and there were 3 phone numbers. And one was them. Said, for business advice, call this number. The other one was the NFU, National Farmers Union. Said, if you need farming advice of that nature from the union, call this number. And the third one was the Samaritans. They said, if you need this, call this number. And the idea was very simple. They assumed that all businesses are hard to run, particularly farming. And they would give these cards out. So they would make these cards, and when they met a new customer, they would give them and say, here's the yellow card. When you're feeling at your lowest ebb, or even if you just feel you need help, but if you're feeling at your lowest ebb, then this will be in your pocket. You can pull it out and you can show the yellow card, if you see what I mean. It's a metaphor, isn't it, for red and yellow cards. You don't want to get to the red card. Ring this number. So it was always on them. I thought, wow, this is interesting. Business advice is much more important and serious than I ever thought. There is more on the line than I thought. So when you do business studies courses and degree courses and that kind of stuff, it sounds very easy. You do, profit and loss and all these kind of things. It's very business orientated and process orientated. No one talks about this. And that was my first encounter with it, was the agricultural team in Norfolk and the business advisory service would walk around, and everyone they met in that sector, here's the yellow card. If you need it, keep it in your pocket. So I better take this very seriously as a responsibility, being a consultant and business advisor. And I always do.